I guess it could be like it's the main drum, but let me get back. Anyway, you. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the EDC Podcast. It's the EDC Podcast. We back, yo. I've been trying to make sure I've been pretty consistent throughout these first 3 weeks. First 4 weeks, I want to say now. Sheesh. First 4 weeks, I've been trying to make sure I'm pretty consistent. Letting these Jones run through. So, like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The hardest part about this new journey I've been on with, like, the podcast and for myself and everything. Hardest part has been, like, finding situations or topics and questions to, like, just flounder off of. Because, like, like I said, my goal is to get Satira in here with me. Or somebody in this joint with me every now and again, at least, just to, like, bounce off of, because that's part of the fun, just like the conversation and all that. Or just starting to go, I'm still thinking about just going live with it, so I can have some type of interaction with, like, listeners and things like that. Because we've been getting some listeners. I ain't gonna lie to you. Things ain't been it ain't as dead or slow as I thought it was gonna be. So just to get the interaction aspect, I thought I was gonna. I'm thinking about doing that more, just because, like, running rampant is getting. It's fun, man. It's fun, but I don't want to tire people out too much. So, like, introducing something new now. My friend Emily, she just hit me up with, like, yo, why don't you review some shows? I love watching shows. I don't do it as much as, like, I think I should be taking on the task of reviewing a show every now and again, but I could do it. I could hold up for what I watched so far in life. I can hold up for a couple pods on that joint. So today, I'm starting off this podcast reviewing The Vampire Diaries. This show, I said it right. Y'all heard me correctly. The Vampire Diaries. I've watched that maybe 3 times from beginning to end. It's a time, bro. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, yeah, maybe some grown men out this joint, like, man, it's a woman's show. Yeah, get out of here. That joint is crazy. The storyline's stupid. The character development is low key tough. So I'm like, I'm all in, bro. If I can attach to the character and the story itself, it don't take me too long to get into a show, man. It take me like a couple episodes at the max, and I'm all in. I'm all like, dang, this is brother. What are you on? What are you going through? So, just to lay out the show for y'all, so y'all can see how dope I think it is. Why I think it's so fire. So the show laid out. Show begin with some shorty. No spoilers. The show been out for years. You ain't see it. I mean, it's on you. So to lay it out, no spoilers. Main shorty in the show. She's like this moody teenage girl, of course. It's like it started out on CW, I think. I think it's a CW original type genre. So, of course, moody teenager type shorty. She just like, the world can do whatever. I don't care. Parents just died. So I'm saying, so orphan with her brother. Parents just died. She in that type of vibe where it's like, yo, the world is trash. The world ain't got nothing to offer me. I'm over it. I'm over with life. That's how she started out with. Whole time she talking, they introduce her 2 friends. This first episode, they introduce shorty 2 friends. Now she got one friend who's super like, she's the I feel like in a lot of these shows they always got the teenage shorty that's just like supposed to be the epitome of popularity. You know what I'm saying? Like she's just that. So she got that one friend that's just like top dog. Everybody knows she's the most popular thing in sight. You know what I'm saying? Rich, all that stuff, all the good jazz, right? Then she got this other friend, Black Shorty. It's the Black Shorty in the group. She got this other friend who's always talking about her ancestors down south, or not her ancestors, her grandma. She always with her grandma from down south, down New Orleans. They always, is New Orleans south? I almost sound goofy. I think it's south, yeah. They always down there, you know what I'm saying? And like, grandma always talking about the ancestors and stuff like that. And like the whole time, first episode, Black Shorty talking to her friends like, "Yo, I think I'm psychic, yo. I be having visions. Like, you remember that boy asked you out third grade? I had a vibe about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you remember like this happened? I had a little spooky vibe going on there. You know what I'm saying? She like, imagine one of your homies, or like if you was cool with girls, imagine you know what I'm saying, one of the girls in high school, she was just like, I got visions sometimes. I be having visions. She was like that type of shorty, right? So everybody just playing around. They don't really take it too serious. She like, I'm that. I got visions. I always got visions. Everything going by. First few scenes, or the first scene, I want to say, something happened where something happens. My fault. Molly in this joint acting a fool. Molly, my cat, he in this joint acting a fool. But first scene, while they doing all that talking, she like, I got visions. Shorty like zone out for a second. Black Shorty zone out for a second. See somebody get hit by a car. Bo immediately get hit by a car. If I'm remembering this right, something happened where she saw vision. Either the car caught on fire or Bo got hit by a car. Something like that. Something stupid happened. So, right from the rip, they introduce you to the show on some like, yeah, these teenagers don't know what's about to hit them. Molly, chill, bro. Here, bro. They introduce you to the show like, yo, these teenagers don't know what's about to hit them. Obviously, some supernatural stuff going on. It's ridiculous. Shorty obviously seen Bo about to die or the car catch on fire, whichever one it was. It's about to break down. So now you get the whole spell that is supernatural and everything from the name. Clearly, it's Vampire Diary. So it's like, yeah, what you expect? Like, it's gonna be vampires in that joint regardless. But that's how they bring you in with the scene to show the supernatural stuff that's about to be popping off in the show. The whole vibe of the show is you got them three shorties. They then introduce one of the homeboys in the school, Matt. He's a thoroughbred for the show. I'm not a big fan of Cut, but he a thoroughbred for the show. So they introduce Matt. He a normal cuz in the school. He one of the homeboys. He like if I remember correctly, he was going out with the popular John because he was like the quarterback and everything. Going out with the popular John, if I remember correctly. Then you got the main shorty little brother. Main shorty, hold on, let me lay it all out for you. I want to remember her name. Chill, Mouse. Main shorty, I don't remember her name. What the hell was her name? Catherine. She was also. God damn, hold on. See, I know the show back from verbatim, but I can't remember this whole name. I don't like her, though. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I never liked the main girl on the show. I was never a fan at all. Like, she sucks to me. She's always crying. She'd always get rocky. Okay, what we doing? Elena. I was right. I thought it was Elena, but I'm like, is it Elena? It's Elena, but it's Elena. So, we got her. That's the main shorty. You got her baby brother. Mind you, they both orphans. You got her baby brother. That's, oh my lord. Look how goofy I am. Do I have to look? Really? I really gotta look for this boy name. I shouldn't have to. I feel like it's Chad or some weird shit. Oh, they don't even have an important. Jeremy. There we go. Got Jeremy, baby brother. Let's remember this. Elena, Jeremy, they Gilberts, baby brother and sister. Then you got Bonnie. That's the black shorty. Bonnie Bennett. That's my baby. I ain't gonna never forget her name. Bonnie Bennett. Then you have I forget her name. She's tough. Caroline Forbes. Got a Forbes family. All these is families. Remember the family names. Gilberts, Bennett's, Forbes. Then you have Matt family really was trash. You don't really got here, Matt Donovan, you ain't really got to worry about ball too much, but that's it. You got the homeboy or Matt's homeboy, Tyler Lockwood. Lockwood is a thing. Then you got the boys coming out. This the original pieces we care about. Then you got the boys coming out. Then you got the first boy they introduced to is this family is Salvatore's. They introduced to Stefan first. Stefan is the prettiest boy of the vampires. It's not my opinion, by the way. This is how they showing him to the world. He's the Edward Cullen of the Vampire Diaries. He's that dude that's like all the shorties want him, and like he's just like, yo, I'm here for one shorty. You know who he here for. We all know who he here for. He here for the main whore. He here for Elena. He like, I'm here for the main shorty. Like, I don't care what everybody talking about. I don't care about nobody. I ain't really trying to hurt nobody. I'm here for shorty. And I honestly can only feel like I could go through the first season like out this junk, because it's about to. I could go deep in Vampire. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna split it up in seasons. First season, we get introduced to these boys right here, right? So they introduce us to Stefan Salvatore. Man, cause obviously, like, you know the plot. Everybody know the plot of these type shows. Man, cause he go to high school for some reason, praying on high school. He filling in with the high schoolers because he really got it out for this girl. He got it out for, like, he like, yo, she the bee's knees. She all I'm about right now. I really want to get into that. Not being appropriate. Like, I want to be with her. I want to be with that. Right? So he's in high school. He's following her around for this whole skill. Then around like episode 2, it probably was in episode 1, episode 2. He's been displaying all these things, like, where I believe, if I remember correctly, people started noticing, like, yo, you know what I'm saying, like, or if not people, especially Elena started noticing, like, yo, this dude's crazy. This dude's got mad skills. He mad strong, dumb fast, like dumbass fast, and like his odds is crazy. Like, something going on with this boy. Then you come to find out it's another dude. Or he starts talking to Elena. Let me not skip. He starts talking to Elena. They get real friendly or whatever the case is. He's you can see he goes home. You find out he's a vampire. The crowd kind of knows the whole time, but it's solidified he's a vampire now. He drops her off at the crib, or if I remember correctly, he's dropping her off at the crib. If this is what happened, I'm sorry, I really just can't remember this joint like that. But he's dropping her off at the crib. And the crib scene is where we introduce to Damon Salvatore. Damon Salvatore is the opposite, not total opposite, because he's supposed to be like the handsome bad boy. So not total opposite, where he's like the freaked out, like, ooh, nobody want to look at him. He's like the handsome bad boy, vampire type boy. Like, Stefan at this point is like colored as not to keep mentioning Twilight, but he's colored as like the Cullens, where it's like, we don't want to hurt people, we just want to survive in this world with everyone else. You know what I'm saying? We don't want no parts in that. That's what he painted as right now. So when I say opposite, I'm talking about they bring Damon in on some, I will kill anybody that stop me from doing what I want to do. I got no problem with that. All of y'all are ants to me. That's how they bring in Damon. Damon is like, he's straight up in the joint. He come to Stefan like, bro, you ain't eating people? What's wrong with you? Have your share. And this is foresight. I'm going to give y'all foresight because it's not spoiling anything. You come to find out way later in the show that Damon is the most caring out of the two. To where, like, he's coming around. Stefan's trying to live a life of, yo, I ain't trying to eat these humans. I'm cool. I want to eat on rabbits and squirrels and whatnot. Damon's coming around like, bro, eat these humans. You need to eat up. You a vampire. Eat these humans. Eat them. Come on. Eat them. And like I said, I can't spoil nothing because it's been out for years. You find out later in the show, he's the most caring brother out the two. He's only telling my man to eat because if he doesn't eat, it's something bad happens. Like, if Damon killing somebody just to eat, or almost killing somebody just to eat. If you call that bad, if Stefan don't eat, he does something way worse. And Damon's trying to prevent that the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to spread this out a little bit, I ain't gonna give it away on what it is right now, because I still want to talk about it later on. But like, Damon's that guy. But they introduce him right now as the badass vampire you don't want to play with at all. First of all, you don't want to play with vampires in the first place. Vampires will rip your shoulders off without even really laying a finger on you. They can brush past you and your shoulders coming off. Legit vampires, bro, because they be nerfing them in the movies. Like, nah, bro. They nerf them all the time to where vampires always want to talk. Ain't no games about it. I'll tell you right now, if I was a vampire, I'm eating before you even know I'm there. If it's about the food, it's done. It's big done. Cause let me tell you right now, if I got the speed and power of a vampire, you're done for. You're done for. Ain't no talking, ain't no monologuing, ain't no let me come in the crib. Ain't none of that. Cause you know a lot of stories you gotta invite them in. You gotta invite the boys in. In Vampire Diaries, you gotta invite whoever got the deed to the crib. Gotta invite him in. Or no, it's not that. If the deed of the crib, whoever is on the deed of the crib, if they alive, someone who lives there has to invite the vampire in. Other words, if they die, the vampire can walk right in. Ain't nobody on the crib. I'm walking right in this joint. That's the only protection you got when it comes to vampires in this joint. Go to a crib where you know boy alive and he's nowhere near. He's nowhere near. He's just in somebody else's crib and they nowhere near. That's the only advantage you got on these vampires in this joint. So, if I had the power of a vampire, you would be cooked. These shows don't give them vampires no justice at all. No justice. They don't give their power to just do. Like, yeah, I ain't gonna go through it, but like, yeah, bro. The show itself is inviting everybody like this. So you got to run it down the list. You got your main whore, who's gonna be moody and sassy the whole show. Her little brother, they both orphans. They living with their aunt. You know what I'm saying? Then you have her two friends, the super popular one and the black psychic John. Then you have the two normal boys at the school, Matt and Tyler. They two normal cousins. They just play sports. Tyler got a little bit of an anger issue at this point. Nobody really knows his deal. You think he like suspect or whatnot, but you really don't know the deal. You just know he get upset a lot. He like to fight. You know what I'm saying? He really drawn. I should have expounded on that a little more. He the type of boy that like you bump his shoulder in the hallway, he's pissed. Like he want to rip your head off for no reason at all. So you just like, what is wrong with you, bro? Like what is wrong with you? And like you can see that in the show. Like they show him being a very calm guy sometimes, but he's a douche. He's straight up a douche. Like you be a very calm dude, and then like he'll just be like, "What you say, bro?" and just snap like out of nowhere. So like clearly they trying to like paint a picture of, yeah, this dude is like he got anger issues, but it's really not voluntary. It seems almost as if it's not voluntary. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they painted it out as. Like the show really did do a good job of like giving everybody their innocence at first, except for the dude who turns out to be the most how would I want to say this? The most like I don't know if I can say that. I was gonna say the most sane, but like they're in high school. How much do you really know yourself and know the world for you to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like they vampires. These vampires live like hundreds of years already. You know what I'm saying? So like it's like, of course he's gonna be more sane. You know what I mean? Of course he's gonna be more sane. So like they paint. I guess what I was gonna say. They paint an innocence on everybody in a way where everything that's gonna happen to them, we can see why it's transpiring that way. The only guy that I would say that didn't really have I don't know what he did though. The show's good, bro. The show's good. Like Just laying down the characters again. I told you all the characters you got. And then you got the Salvatore brothers. The Salvatore brothers, which are the vampires. Now they in the mix. And like I said, keep an eye on the last names of the families. They all mean something. They all live in this town called Mystic Falls. Everybody in Mystic Falls, it's like a small town. How would I describe it? It's like a small rural town where everyone knows everyone, and everyone's family is a standard of something. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's 4 families that started it. I believe it was 4 families that started it. So it was the Gilberts, Lockwoods, Forbes, and Salvatores. I want to say the Salvatores, because Stephen and Damon, that was their hometown. Them 4 families started everything in this town. The deeper you get into the story of this town, everyone knows vampires exist, except for these kids. These kids know nothing. All the adults know, and even in their, like, they know to the point that in their water supply, they got, like, combatant for the vampires. So, like, if you drinking this water from this town, vampires can't eat you, nothing like that, or control you with their mind controlling Jones, or nothing like that. They can't do nothing like that. This town is built to fight against vampires, basically. This is all from back in the day. So this is from, like, way back when, like, slavery times. Like, they already had this joint in the mix. Now, the only family that's not from this town that I've mentioned so far is the Bennetts, the Black John. As I mentioned before, that's Nola. They down Nola. You know what I'm saying? They down Nola. You gonna know why once we get into that. But, like, this town itself is built off those 4 families, and it's straight up like I said, it's built for vampire attacks. So the show takes place in a place where it's not runs. You know what I'm saying? Remember I was saying where I was like, if I got vampire powers, it's gone. You all done for. It's built in a place where that ain't the case. Like, it's built in a place where, nah, you a vampire, but I got that heat over in the corner. That heat right there in that corner. Go ahead, try me. Go ahead, try. Now, the vampire can still kill you. They can still snap your neck, call you today. But they can't eat you or control you with their mind controlling Jones and nothing like that. They can still run your day job, though. Very fast. Very fast. So, like, and in this universe, it's not where vampires are just, like, free walking around. No, they still get burned up by the sun. Which is how the Salvatore brothers was able to lay low for so long. Because these brothers is walking freely in the sun. Freely in the sun. Like, it's no problem for them. There's a reason for that, but it's no problem for them. So they were able to lay low and just walk around like this since they turned into vampires. Like I said, hundreds of years ago. Just laying low, walking through life like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool off it right now, because if I go farther, I feel like I'm slipping into season 2. But the season 1 joint is just basically walking you through what's going on in this show. And, like, hold on, I gotta make sure. Okay, yeah. So I'm rounding it up now. So we do go as far as I thought we was gonna go. So, like I said, that's the town in a nutshell. You got the 4 families that founded this town that fight against vampires. They know they exist. You got the 4 families that I mentioned exist still. And you have the 2, you have Bonnie, who's all there. So, going further into the season, you got Stefan and Damon. Everybody know they vampires now. Stefan and Elena get together. Clearly, of course, we can guess that, but we could throw a knife into a stack of hay and it'll hit that dagger right on the head. Because we knew that was going to happen. That's just the story of how the Vampire Jones go. He ends up with Elena, and Elena is basically like, Steph's one of us, guys. Like, it is what it is. Everybody hates Damon. Like I said, he introduced himself as the bad dude, so everybody hates him. But she's cool with it. He has no problem filling that role. He's like, all right, that's cool with me. Like, There ain't no skin off my back. You know what I'm saying? So he introduces himself as the bad guy. But then everybody finds out what's going on as far as who's the vampires. Bonnie goes stay with her grandma for a little bit. You find out Bonnie got a little spooky witchness going on. So not only do we have vampires in this joint, we got spooky witchness going on, which opens the door for whatever the hell else is in this joint. Because whenever you see vampires, you're like, okay, vampires exist. They can exist solely alone. But once you introduce, and they can exist solely alone, you can also introduce a werewolf by default. Almost all the time, you can introduce a werewolf by default. So they like you expect a werewolf to come around, but they don't introduce a werewolf. They introduce witches. Which is like, yo, anything can walk out. Bigfoot can walk through the curtain, and I would be like, yo, I expect Bigfoot to walk through this curtain. This show is too advanced. I expect the Bigfoot. You know what I'm saying? Bigfoot should have been walking through. When you add in witches, you add in so much more to the show. So like from there, and then you find out like, oh, Bonnie went to stay with her grandma from back in the day. She always talking about the ancestors. So she went to stay with her grandma. She come back a witch. There's way too much going on. Way too much going on. Not too much in a bad way, but it's like the story runs deep. So we all in. We all in on the story with this joint. So like, you got that going on mid-season 1. The end of season 1. The end of season 1. So throughout the season, Damon's been obviously causing a little ruckus. So the village, like I said, not the village, the township, they already know vampires exist. The popular girl's mom is the sheriff of the town. Forbes. She's the sheriff of the town. So she knows vampires exist as well. So literally any adult in this town, they know what the game is. Or any leader, I should say. Any leader in the town, they know what the game is. And all the leaders are in those 4 families, like the Gilberts, Forbes, Lockwoods, and Salvatore. Salvatore's, they're not around like that no more. They got Damon and Stefan, they got the cousin Zach. That's at the John, but you know what I'm saying? They're not really in the mix. So you got those 3 families running everything. And throughout the season, like I said, they've been causing a little trouble. So they've been putting, like I said, they got this thing called Ravane. They put in the water where, like, if a vampire drink it or anything touch it, they burn it. It's like holy water. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a vampire touches it, they burn it right then and there. Not to death, but the shit hurts. It's like poison ivy. Times like 1,000,000. So they burn it if they touch that joint. Plus, vampires can control you in this joint. When I was talking about compulsion, they can control you in this joint, like mind control. But if you have Ravane in your system, that shit do not work. I'm saying unless you that strong of a vampire, which we'll talk about. But if you got Ravane in your system, it do not work. It's like it's like a cure for mind control for them boys, because it just dispels whatever vampires are. Basically, you can think about it that way. Like Ravane just dispels them. So throughout the season, because of the trouble he's causing, the town has been heightening their security in a sense, making sure the water supply got the Ravane in there, hunting down anybody they could think is a vampire, locking them up. You know what I'm saying? Going crazy with this whole job. I think in the first season, I don't want to spoil something. Let me look at this real fast. I think in the first season, there's a change that happens. Ew. Yo, see, this first season too packed. It's too packed. It's too packed, bro. No. Alright, so in the first season, all this stuff is happening. Township is heightening their security. You're doing all this other stuff. You get introduced to a history teacher that's working at the high school now, who's like, he's just cool. He wanted to know more than he should know about the town. He's just like very, like imagine getting a history teacher. Imagine you live in a world where you just found out vampires exist. Then you got a history teacher that's new to the school, and he's way too informative and way too like curious about what's going on around the genre. He's that boy in the school. You know what I'm saying? So they introduced that boy. His name is Alaric, also known as Rick, one of my favorite characters in the show. Thoroughbred, introduced as a history teacher. Now, this whole thing going on where the town is heightening their security. Oh my gosh, I really want to know. I believe it does, so I'm gonna do it right now. If it don't, I'll get it later. Damon is such a drawling cuz he turned Caroline, the popular shorty. He turned her into a vampire. The daughter of the sheriff is now a vampire. This is how much trouble he's got. He's drawling. She's a main character in the show. He turned her. She's fiending for blood. And like I told you, the town is heightened security. So they bringing in everybody. They bringing in the big guns to just draw on any vampire they see walking. You know what I'm saying? Her dad comes back. Her dad was like he's not in the picture in this whole show. But he comes back season 1, late season 1, mid to late season 1, and he captures her to try to like, he's just holding her hostage in like a hot cell box because he's like, yo, no daughter of mine about to be a vampire out this John. She already a vampire. You don't know what we talking about out this John. So you like, no daughter of mine. I mean, like, look, you ain't my daughter no more. I'm gonna kill you. She's still his daughter. She just a vampire now. She crying in that joint for like 3 weeks. I don't know how long ago. I forget how long it was. But he was torturing her for a while. Like, way too long for that to be his daughter. She was crying away like, yo, it's me. Stop torturing me. You killing me. Man was going through hell like, yo, I gotta do you in. You a vamp. You drawn. But this is showing how dedicated the town is into keeping this place vampire free. It's really drawing. Like they willing to go to great lengths to keep this joint vampire free. The mayor of the town, which is the dude with the anger issues, is dad. His dad had major issues. Major issues. You come to find out, I believe it's at the end of the season though. So his family got major issues. Look, cut the long story short, because I gotta stop talking about the show before I go straight through this, John. The town is fighting against vampires all crazy. They have this like pageant at the end of each year or whatever. It's like around the same time each year. It's the end of each season, where like it's like a beauty pageant almost. The community comes out, they all share it. It's all a beautiful thing. Because the town is such a heightened state of like worry for the vampires, they make a plan to give off a high pitch to anything supernatural. Anything supernatural. So, no matter if you walk around in the daytime, no matter if you look like a human, like you just chilling on the block, if you are a vampire or anything supernatural, we gonna give off this high pitch and it's gonna paralyze you. We'll know that you're paralyzed. We're gonna sneak you in the basement and burn you all. That was their whole plan. That's their whole plan. Paralyze anything supernatural, throw them in the basement, and we're gonna burn them to the stake. Right there. So end of the season, they throw off their little sign or whatever, their little siren. Every vampire in whatever radius it was, zip, stone. Anything that's supernatural, zip, stone. You look over, Tyler, anger issues ball, is now. He's no vampire, but he's on the ground. He's bleeding his ears out. He's like, yo, how the hell y'all don't hear that? Vampires on the front like, yo, I know I'm hurting, but why you hurting? What's going on with you? What's going on with this playboy? What's up with main cuz? What's going on with him? He ain't no vampire. We know he ain't no damn vampire. Whole time Damon been picking on Ball for a while now. It's been a while. Damon's been picking on this Ball all season. all season, what you feel good about, because you're like, I told you, like, Tyler at this point has been nothing but an asshole for the duration of the whole season. He's been drawing on people. Like, he's just a jerk, man. Like, even Matt is like, yo, why are you such a jerk, bro? He even fought Matt. Matt, his best friend. He's like, yo, why are you such a jerk, bro? You on some weird stuff. Like, you gotta relax. You drawing. Tyler straight up fought his best friend, fought everybody in that joint. Even drawed on his girlfriend, Matt's sister. He drawed on her several times. So, like, the show's just so good, bro. I can go on ranting about this joint forever, but, like, I gotta stop, bro. I gotta stop. Because it's getting too crafty out here. Crafty. But in other words, I had some questions from the squiz. Just like, I'm gonna get back to Vampire Diaries on another episode. But the show is just so damn good, man. And this is just Vampire Diaries. I ain't even. It's not even this is one of my favorite shows, but Game of Thrones is come on. Game of Thrones is that show. It's that show. It's gonna always be that show. I don't think nobody beating it. Everybody saying Breaking Bad. I have to watch Breaking Bad. I can't say nothing bad about it because I haven't watched it. I have not watched that, John, from like head to toe, or not even the first season, nothing like that. I haven't sat down and watched that show. I want to watch it. I really do. So I'm gonna start at some point, but I never wanted to sit down and watch it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I hear it's the greatest show. Even better than even some people stand that it's better than Game of Thrones. They stand on that. I can't stand on that right now. So, I mean, I haven't seen it, but like I can't imagine me standing on that because I'm such a fan of the Game of Thrones series. I'm such a fan, big fan, big fan. Now I've been getting into a lot of heated debates, not debates. Because he actually read the books. But my boy at work that was talking about the Superman John again. He been like beefing with me over my takes on the show because he's like, no, man, but in the books, I never read the books. The show itself is my introduction into Game of Thrones. I'm not against reading the books. I put me to sleep, but I'm not against it. I'm just saying what I'm referencing is the show and the show only. And in the show, you can say they different. I have no problem with somebody standing up and saying, yo, they just two different Johns. But you have to have, if you read the books and watched the show, you have to have two different opinions on the John. You can't give me, oh, see, they did it so much better in this John, or, oh, it's so different from what they did, right? You can't give me that. You gotta be able to compartmentalize. You gotta be able to do that, bro. Because if you don't come to me, man, with, oh, but in the books, man, that ain't what happened on paper. I do not care. I care about what I just saw on this John. Now, if that ain't what happened on paper, it ain't even the same story no more. It ain't even the same story. They be based off it. Ain't the same story. Don't even talk to me about it. Because I don't care. I can't talk to you about what happened in that. That's not what I care for. That's not what I, you know what I'm saying? That's not what we give it about. Oh, let me see. We had a joint in here. But no, man, I can talk some shoes. Especially movies. I can talk all that, but like, you just start to ramble, and it's like, nah, bro, you can't ramble, man. You can't. It's drawing. All right, so look, let me see. We got a topic from Koo. Koo ain't even sent a question. You just sent the topic, so I'm gonna get right to it. Koo talking about road rage. Let me tell you right now. I understand road rage to a degree. However, there's a limit. There's a limit to road rage. Like, I understand road rage where you know the light about to change. And somebody slow down in front of you and you're on your way to somewhere. So you already have that anxiety about not making it on time. Like, that's a different type of pressure. Like, we know that anxiety. We know what not making it on time. We know, like, yo, if only I made this light, I would have been there. We know that type of pressure. So I understand that. But in that situation where you can make it, and somebody slow down because they don't know how to turn, you know what I'm saying, without coming to a complete stop. I wish all your tires is gone while you moving. If I had the power to pop tires, bro, I'll do it right there. I'll do it right there every time. There wouldn't be a question about it. Not a question. There's no way you got a license and you got to come to a complete stop to bang a right. No way. No way. Nope. No way in hell. No, a right, a left. I'll give you a left because you may be coming across an intersection or something stupid, or some young boys walk. A right, nah. You better time that. You got to time that perfectly. So road rage, I give it its respect, but there's definitely some people that go way over the top. Like, yo, the amount of amount of people in my family that I rode in the car with, where they just like they sniffing somebody's tires from the back, is ridiculous. Sniffing the tires. Sniffing them Jones. Like, bro, you can't go through them. Like, it's been times where I've been sitting in the passenger seat like, yo, we not going through this car. You can hit your brakes. You can hit your brakes. So that type of road rage I don't understand, but I do understand, like, it's just people being stupid on the road. I will say anything in the car. Anything in the car. Just because people being stupid on the road. Like, stupidity on the road is the most annoying thing, because that's when you're supposed to be at your most heightened level of awareness, your most heightened level of patience. You're supposed to be the most calm, the most safe regarding individual in the world. In the world, you're supposed to be that behind the wheel. So the fact that people get behind the wheel and be like, man, I got to make this left. I don't care if I'm in the all-wheel right lane. You're insane. And the road rage that goes against you, I completely understand and I'm with. I support that 1,000%. If you was to lose your foot being a jackass on the road, I'll be like, that foot should have been gone. And I hope it's the right one. That foot should have been gone. Because, bro, ain't no way you can be that way driving behind a car and expect not to get into a car accident. There's no way. There's no way. Like, bro, like, you could take a life in a car doing 20 miles per hour. I think even less than that. I think studies show even less than that. You could take a life away by doing less than 20 miles per hour. So we doing 50, 60 on a road, and you give me some stupid stuff, bro? Come on, man. You deserve the book. You deserve the book. Cause ain't no way. You just gotta be like. That's just how I think about road rage. Like I said, I'll say anything if you being idiotic or stupid on the road. But like, going too far with it is just like, yo, like, bro, come on now. Come on now. Light just turned green. Get a brother a chance. Like, stuff like that, you shouldn't be getting. I don't think you should have an attitude with. Like, road rage is cool to a certain degree, but it ain't that big a deal, bro. Like, it's people that really be about to rumble all this John. Like, low key horn. I think horns get honked way too much. The only time I honk my horn is if my life is legit in danger. Like, I see somebody, like, I'm at a red light, parked up. I see somebody doing 100 behind me, about to pull into my back seat. I'm honking that horn like, yo. Like, yo, I'm right. Like, yo, I'm right here. That's the only time I'm honking my horn. I'm never honking my horn if like it's light turning, and I'm like, yo, this bull ain't turned yet. I'll give him a solid 3 to 4 seconds. That's a long time. I give you a solid 3 to 4 seconds to hit the gas when the light turns green. Cause it's not that big a deal. Like, it's green. We're gonna see it when you're gonna see it. But if I notice that you're just sitting there, that's being stupid. That's when you gotta honk the horn. Like, sometimes you do gotta do it, but I feel like people will definitely honk the horn way too much, bro. Like, people honk the horn when they get cut off in the road. When in actuality, you probably was really driving slow and stupid. You probably was driving really slow and stupid. It'd be times I'm in the car with Satara, and I'm just like, yo, you drawn. I don't think Satara knows like how to just like it feels like she don't know that the car is just gonna go without you touching the gas. Like, bro, that junk gonna roll. All you gotta do is just get it going faster if you want to. We go straight from zero to like jerk moves when we walking into the park when we driving into the parking lot. Jerk moves driving into the parking lot. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Some sexist bulls out there to be like, yeah, bitches don't know how to drive. I ain't gonna say nothing like that. I ain't gonna say you shorties don't know how to drive. Well, hey, it's a therapy have me in worries. She is not what's her face off Fast 5 or Fast 10. They about to make a Fast freaking 10. That's nutty. What's her face? She's not Letty. By no stretch of the meaning. By no stretch of the meaning is she Letty. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we actually been running for like, we actually been running for like a solid 45, 50 minutes, bro. And I don't think I want to do more than an hour anymore. I feel like you can lose some people unless y'all tell me to keep going past the hour when you hear this joint. If you tell me to keep going past it, I'm gonna do it. But honestly, right now, I'm gonna try to aim to keep it shorter than that. Cause I feel like you can get a little bit more of a grab toward the community. You know what I'm saying? Not attention spans aren't up the bar like that no more. So I can sit and listen to podcasts all day. So like, I can't speak. I can only speak for what I think is gonna be going on. So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Thank you guys again for listening to another one. Again, we are on every platform you can get a podcast. That's where we at, man. You can always look us up. That's the EDC Podcast. That's the name. I mean, that's the name we're going with. Because, like, I was looking for one to be super, like, bodacious about it. But it's not. It really was nothing else I can grasp to. I asked hella people. And they were just like, hey, man. It sounds simple, but it basically turned out to was like, yo, if it work, it work. You know what I'm saying? Like, let it rock. Let it rock out. It ain't gonna be too crazy. Now, if I do something with somebody else, maybe so. But, like, this job, we're going to keep it dumb simple. Because I'm making it this is pod where I'm making it literally just for my enjoyment. Like, if you listen, I really appreciate it. But it ain't made for that. It's really just made just because I actually do like to just talk about topics and things of that nature. So, appreciate it if you do listen in. If you do download it. Again, we are on all platforms. And, I'm definitely doing it every week. I've been working. So my plan has been to do it on Wednesdays. When I say that I've been working since I started this job or had like a gig or something like that or anything like that where I couldn't do it on a Wednesday and it's been falling to Thursday and then I have rehearsal Thursdays or a gig on Thursday and then it falls to Friday like today. But I'm still going to get it out on Friday. By Friday, it will be out, but it should be out Thursday, if not Wednesday night. Thursday, if not Wednesday out, is when it should be out, but it'll definitely be out on Friday. So follow me on any platform where you follow your podcast. But that schedule is what I'm really trying to stick to. So you know what I'm saying. If you don't see me on Wednesday or hear from me on Wednesday, if you're listening, check Thursday, and damn sure understand it's there Friday. So. Don't fall out, you know what I mean? If I slip on the schedule, it's just work been catching the hell of me. Or I should just probably do it like late night type job. Late night type job probably feel better because the color will be in the room more. Like right now it's daytime, so you're not really getting the full ambiance of the LEDs and everything. But you know what I'm saying? When that time go down, when that sun go down, it be thorough in this room. I ain't gonna lie to y'all because I be gaming a lot, so y'all see the gaming videos. But thanks for listening in, y'all. I'll catch y'all later.